Hi everyone, this is Silvia from Emerge Americas, and I'm so excited to be here at the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau for this episode of Real Talk with the COO of the organization, Rolando Aedo. And today we're going to be learning about Greater Miami and all the wonderful things that are happening here, from inviting conventions and tourists to our tech ecosystems. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to be here and to learn more about the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau.
And you get some amazing views from our new offices.
Yes, I'm a fan. I grew up here, so I love Miami. So tell me more about the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau.
We focus on more than just tourism. We focus on bringing meetings, conventions, big events. We're very involved with everything from Super Bowls to World Cup soccer. We have half of our company is dedicated to working with meeting planners. We're a fairly small operation, about 70 folks here in downtown Miami. We have about 50 representatives around the globe that help us with business intelligence to drive business to our community. So we have a big footprint and frankly, a big responsibility, because as we all know, tourism is the foundation of Miami-Dade's economy.
What is so special about Greater Miami and Miami Beach?
Well, just look out the window, right? But it's funny, I've been with the organization almost 30 years, and I've been in this community practically my whole life, so I've seen its evolution, both from a community and definitely from an organizational perspective. Miami has always enjoyed a lot of tourism since its inception. What makes Miami so special is, goes beyond just our beaches and our weather, and I know people tend to think of that as the first place, but for us, really, it's about our people and our places and our neighborhoods, and that's really what is further defining, Greater Miami and Miami Beach as an amazing place to live, work, play, and of course, visit. And we're firm believers that whatever we can do to make our community a better place for residents like you and us would make it a better place to visit.
Let's talk about Miami Tech. How is the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau contributing and benefiting from Greater Miami's growing tech ecosystem?
We were there day one when Manny Medina had this idea. Perhaps people thought it was a crazy idea at the time of establishing this amazing tech conference in, Miami. And Miami 10 years ago, the tech scene was dramatically different. When we look at meetings and conventions, we look at what we call high-value customers. We're a relatively expensive destination for meetings, so we need to be very targeted when we go after conventions. They have to be legal, financial, insurance, or tech. And candidly, we've got this great new convention center to showcase some of these amazing events. We've seen the evolution of the tech scene, and while we're not tech experts, we recognize the power of tech, and candidly, tech lives everywhere. And thanks, quite frankly, to a lot of what Emerge has done for this community, it's created an ecosystem. We were recently named a climate tech hub by the federal government.
That's right.
And I think we are the tip of the spear when it comes to sustainability. And sustainability is yet another priority for this organization.
How is travel benefiting, our community, business, and residential?
Over the last 2 years, we've actually launched a campaign. It's called Brought to You by Tourism, and it's a local campaign. Most of what we historically do as an organization is outside of Miami to bring people in. But we need to do a better job of educating our residents of the positive benefits of tourism. So this campaign, Brought to You by Tourism, is something that we're committed to. And when you look out this window, or even whether you're in downtown or Homestead or Aventura or Hialeah, there are so many things that are brought to you by tourism. In fact, just out this window, you see our sports venues. You look at our Performing Arts Center. You look at Metro Move or Metro Rail. All those things are supported by tourism and the taxes that it generates for this community. And a lot of folks don't know that. So we, as the tourism office responsible for bringing that tourism, that economic impact, have launched this campaign to connect tourism and its benefits to every resident in this community, either directly or indirectly.
From your perspective, where do you see Miami in 10 years?
Wow, 10 years, the one thing about Miami, we're such a dynamic community, and I think that's inherent because of how we've evolved, going back to 1896 and, people coming to our community from Henry Flagler to more recent waves of immigrants, whether they're from other countries or even from within our country. That is a truly testament to the resilience of our community and the evolution of it. I think that we are already considered one of those world-class cities, and especially in the tech scene. We're on that precipice of becoming, one of those leading communities in tech as well.
Some rapid fire questions for you. Favorite restaurant in Miami?
It happens to be Flanagan's.
On your day off, where will we find you?
When I really want to unwind, I will go to Key Biscayne and sail our amazing and beautiful Biscayne Bay.
Describe Miami tech in one word.
I'm going to use the word maybe two: turning point, precipice. I'm actually throwing a few words in because, as I said earlier, and I'm going to give a lot of credit to Manny and his vision and Emerge and this journey that started more than 10 years ago to reinvent Miami as a tech center by bringing that conference, but more than just the conference, it's the ecosystem. And I think we're on that precipice of really entering the major league.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today, Rolando. This was very informative, and I've enjoyed having this conversation with you. I'm a fan of Miami, and I love what you're doing.
Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you.